what is it, right? But anyways, so today I am here to evaluate the given by Toastmaster Amit. This is the icebreaker speech, and first of all, I'd like to congratulate him for giving a good speech. Any story or anything can always use a feedback. So I have certain points that he can work on. First point is like eye contact. Many of the times I noticed him looking down as well as noticing the PPT. Yeah, you can shift your focus to PPT, but I would always encourage you to keep the eye contact to the audience because you are delivering it to the audience, so that would be helpful. And certain articulations could have been better. And for example, in one area I noticed a grammatical error where you used the China and it was to mention an example, but okay, that's something you can work on. But at the same time, the positives are like we had a good PPT and there was a good perspective rather than generally giving an overall general answer. You had gotten a different perspective to actually analyze and give a problem to a solution. Solution to a problem. My mistake. And one more point I would like him to work on would be like the introduction. The introduction and the next point or the main body of the passage, the transition was not that evident, so that could be working a little on, so it will give a structure, a better structure, and keep the people interested and more focused on how the flow and what they have to focus on. So those are the few points I wanted him to work on. But being the first speech, and there's always room to grow, and overall giving a good speech on an interesting topic, I congratulate him for that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Midun. So I would like to just supplement what Toastmaster Midun said. First of all, about the evaluator. When evaluator comes on the stage, about the speech, pathway name should be mentioned. Probably we did not hear that. Purpose of the speech, yes, you mentioned it's icebreaker speech, which is fine. Now coming to some observations on Toastmaster Amit's speech. It's an icebreaker speech, and I was trying to know more about Toastmaster Amit. Yes, I understood, okay, he is a sports lover, which was said in his introduction, but some personal story probably would have given us a better bonding. Who you are, from where you are coming, what do you really want to achieve in life. Maybe you could have talked about the purpose of your life. That would have given us some bonding. It's a great topic what you are talking, but since it is icebreaker, the primary purpose of icebreaker is to break the ice and remove any inhibitions, remove any limiting beliefs of past. Okay, how do you mix up with a new set of people? That's a whole purpose, that's a primary purpose of joining Toastmasters Club. So this is the only thing, otherwise it's fine, speech is fine, everything is okay. There may be some plus and minus. Since it is icebreaker speech, I will not get into any other part of the thing. Okay, body language, there is many things to be done which we will all learn together. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit, for taking the courage to come to the stage and giving the speech. And one more point for Toastmaster Midun. In our Toastmasters, we follow CRC, commendation, recommendation kind of approach when we are giving recommendation. The idea is, when I gave a speech for the first time here, maybe I could not speak a word, or maybe my legs were shaking. Idea is to leave the person on a high note. So start with what you found good in that, maybe some points to improve with some example, and leave the person motivated. That's very important. Thank you so much. Okay, so our next evaluator is, next speech which has to be evaluated is, our next evaluator is Toastmaster Ajay Mehra. Please welcome Toastmaster Ajay Mehra with a huge round of applause and begin the evaluation of Toastmaster Bhavesh. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Bhavesh, it is a pleasure to evaluate you. And based on your experience across the globe, the work that you've done, your incisive thoughts are very clear. So I will go by what you said about the CRC approach. The recommendation goes with it like you have a good dictionary, and that is intrinsic to you. Your penetrative initiative and persuasion of looking at a movie and then keep checking on the Google and keep going. You know, it's like Alice in Wonderland. Where does the road lead to? It says where you want to go. And I think you were very clear in where you wanted to achieve. Your hand gestures were good. Your eye contact was also okay. And you were aware of what you were telling your audience and how your audience was picking up. When I get to recommendations, I suggest a few things very dispassionately. Like how you started. The word was something that not many people were comfortably aware of. Right? And you ended very abruptly with that word which is the title of your subject. So I wish if you had started your speech, you started with you watching a movie. It's a nice storytelling for any public speaking. But when you are talking on a subject to a specific audience, that subject means a lot. And you carry them with the subject. So what you ended with, if you had explained the thing earlier, and then say how you went about it, and then I watched this movie, that movie, and then Anurag Kashyap could have been the ending. That is the suggestion, but otherwise I think with your zeal and enthusiasm, you've done well, so keep moving ahead and keep creating speeches which everybody will enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank
That's
you.
all I can say.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay, for giving the feedback for Toastmaster Bhavish's speech. I wish to add few points here. Number one, about the introduction of Toastmaster Bhavish, starting from Toastmaster of the day, just covering this part here. I feel in this setup probably the introduction can be made little brief. Somewhere we lost that trail of introduction. And it can be made more impactful, the point what you want to convey. That is one. Second is, when speech evaluator is explaining the purpose of the speech, I really don't know what is his pathway. I really do not know which level, which project we did not hear that. We did not get that chance to hear, okay, which pathway, which level, which project he is at. What is the purpose of the speech? If it can be explained to the audience, I think connection will be much better and we will be able to appreciate it much better. I think these are some few pointers which will make the quality of speech and the message what you are trying to deliver will be far, far superior and we will be able to appreciate it and receive it. Other parts I think he has already covered about the topic. I also wanted to add that. If topic, one more thing about the topic, first topic, second topic and third when we will come to that. First and second speakers topics, probably it did not register well with us and maybe some prior practice, some prior preparation before the meeting is necessary. As I said, I put a message also in the group yesterday that good coordination between speaker and the evaluator is must. That will make a big show, good show here. It is just not one person's job, it's a teamwork. Speaker as well as evaluator. And then we can really see the quality of meeting is improved. So these are my humble views. With that, let me now invite Toastmaster Sriram, who has evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Vaishali. So let's welcome Toastmaster Sriram with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. My target speaker Vaishali, she was giving a fourth speech in the project one, level one, in the pathway of persuasive influence. When the pressure is too much to handle, release your pressure, take a step back. For this theme of speech, she had actually chosen the title pressure cooker. We could always say that. She started her speech with the emotion, what she conveyed about her subject, Soumya. We all know Soumya was stressed. Soumya was having a life. She was working something related to Instagram, and she was always worried and she was stressed. It was all conveyed through her actions, gestures, and her words. So that was very good from our side. We could say that Soumya had a problem. Soumya identified the problem and she had worked on it, and she had moved away on with her life. There were 3 to 4 emotions that we could see in this that were aptly conveyed words and actions what she was saying. I would say her clarity of words, choice of words were on point. Eye contact was on point when she was explaining or giving a speech. I would recommend, like, there were 3 emotions, but all 3 emotions didn't pop up in a very better manner, because the stress emotion of Soumya was coming out very much effectively, but the call to action what she went, it was not much giving towards the audience much in a better way. The reason was, throughout the speech, Vaishali was glued to the stage. She didn't use the stage properly. I would recommend her to use the stage much in a much effective manner, because when she started the speech, she was glued. When she is going for the call to action, or she is observing that she is having stress, she could have moved to other part of the stage, and once she has met the psychiatrist and she is going to take an action on this, she could have moved to the other part of the stage. And also I also noticed that the word pressure cooker was not used much in the speech as well. She could have made a very good analogy with the pressure cooker and the life of Soumya, how pressure was building up and she had to release it so that she could cook something better inside the pressure cooker. That analogy would have made the story stayed with the audience in a much better way. The script was good. It was a very serious speech what she has given. She was always given a creative speech in our club, which I have noticed. I would challenge her to give a humorous speech in future meetings and also to better use of the stage. For her project, she has to give the same speech with the feedbacks which I have given, where I will be evaluating again and giving the feedbacks what she will be doing. So, with this, thanks to Vaishali for the speech, and over to you.
So friends, I just want to share something about Toastmaster Sriram when he came about the introduction of his role, purpose of the speech. I think he articulated everything nicely. I was crystal clear why the speaker is coming on the stage, project she is, what is the purpose of the speech. Everything was very clear. Title was also very nicely articulated, pronounced, and it was very clear. And when by listening to the title, I started already imagining, okay, what is going to come. So that was really good. And about his evaluation, he has followed the CRC approach. I have nothing more to add. Thank you so much. So this is what I think. Let's give him a huge round of applause. This is what we really minimum want to see in our club when we are evaluating speeches, when we are giving CRC recommendations, so that we can really go to the next level and speaker can take some key takeaways. Okay, these are the 3 things we want to improve. Thank you so much. Now let me come to the auxiliary role players. So first auxiliary role player is our counter. I would like to invite Toastmaster Vishwajit for presenting his report. Let's welcome Toastmaster.
What happened with me when Toastmaster Vivek introduced me was that I started with a R. So to make it unscrutable, what I did was I started speaking that well are the typical filler words. So I missed on with the typical interjections which are so like repeat and you know. This is what happened to me. So this topic is really close to my heart, and like I said, my colleagues have earlier also given me this feedback that I use these filler words a lot and that distracts the speakers. So to begin with, I would want to start with the most eloquent speakers. Toastmaster Ajay did not use any filler words at all, and Toastmaster Rishi, DTM Rishi used only one filler word, a. So kudos to these two Toastmasters for the eloquence. Then I will go on to the three speakers. Toastmaster Amit used 3 R's and 4 so's. Toastmaster Bhavesh used 3 R's, 2 so, 2 likes and 1 repetition. Toastmaster Vaishali used 3 R's, used 7 R's and had 3 repetitions. More in her role as Sergeant at Arms, but very few while she was being the speaker. And for others, Team RK Aurora used 19 R's, 10 so's and 4 times right, 3 times you know. Toastmaster Mohit used 6 R's and 1 so. Toastmaster Vivek used 6 R's. Toastmaster Mithun used 9 R's and 2 so's. Toastmaster Sunny used 5 R's and 1 so. Toastmaster Sriram used 4 R's. Toastmaster Bharti used 2 R's and 2 so's. And in addition to this, what I have observed is that Toastmaster Vivek, like in the beginning, he had very few filler words, but towards the end, when he was filling up the role of general evaluator, and so in the initial phase, he was more prepared. But when he came here, maybe he was not prepared and he was speaking more impromptu. So, what this shows is that when we are not fully prepared, then at those times we tend to use the filler words little bit more. And same in case of Toastmaster Vaishali. So when she entered, she was a little bit nervous, so she used the filler words more. But her speech was really well prepared, so she didn't use that many words. So that's it from my end. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. You should shake hands. Thank you, Toastmaster Vishwajit. So Toastmaster Vishwajit has covered all the statistics about filler words, repetitive words. I don't want to add anything more to that. One thing, since we are just in the flow, we should try to hand over and take over properly at the stage. I have observed few instances which I will cover in my general report, that when you are leaving the stage, see that you are shaking the hand, firm handshake, and then move on. Now let me invite Toastmaster Sunny for presenting his report as a grammarian. Please welcome Toastmaster Sunny with a huge round of applause. Toastmaster Sunny, grammarian.
So, I barely able to pay attention because of all the great speeches which we have heard today. A great story about the Soumya, SIP thesis, a ship of thesis, Anurag Kashyap, Olympic sports, and all these ultimate evaluation by the evaluators. But I also try to bring some of the, fulfill my job by giving you some of the phrases and the words which have been used over here. And the words of the, and the uses of the word which I have given, the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So I have seen the word of the day in Scrutical is evidently used by, fairly used by some of the speakers over there. For example, Ajay sir has used it, Bharti has used it, Vishwajit has used it, and Mithun has used it. Besides that, idiom of the day has been used by Mithun and me. That's it. I have not seen this has been used by many of us. Besides that, I have also noticed some of the good phrases and the sentences over here. For example, looking on the ladder, avid movie buff, philosophical paradox, slack work, life is not linear, inching more toward, and it's okay, by Vaishali. The word which I have noticed used over here, and I found it A good word to be used in your speeches are stumbled, minuscule, fidgeting, irritable, cascading, spontaneous, plethora, and incisive. Beside that, I have also noticed some of the sentences which could have been rephrased or used in better manner. For example, watch sports very sportingly, which could be rephrased as watch sports in a very sporting manner. Common thing about that is this is could be common thing about this is that. If the sports can grow, could be when sports grow, in the end everything is going to end, could be rephrased as if everything is going to end one day. Common thing, happy to do it, could be happy to do. Great topic you are talking, could be happy, a great topic you are speaking about. So this is the report from my side. I have few more reports with me. If the speaker or the evaluator want to have more insight towards their speeches, then they can connect me and I can give you more insights on their speeches. Thank you.
Thanks Toastmaster Sunny for a comprehensive report about the grammarian role. Now I would like to invite body language evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Rishi. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Rishi with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. One of the things that we miss sometimes is a defined stage area. The stage area is very large, may not be very aptly utilized by every speaker. So, a request to Sergeant at Arms would be to define the stage area or Toastmaster of the day. One of us, if handles that, then the speaker would know where exactly to go, and that then can be coordinated with the cameraman of the meeting, so we do not go out of the scope. Coming to the body language evaluation report, I'm sorry if it goes a little bit longer. I'll try to be as detailed as possible. I would start with our Toastmaster of the day. Apologies, I missed everybody else before that. So our Toastmaster of the day, I created an award for him today. He is the most genuine speaker, as in the terms that I explained earlier, that you found the message to be really genuine, which is conveyed from the audio visuals as well as the speech and the body language. Because when we heard about Ikigai, it actually came out as if the person had tried it, experienced it, and was sharing in as little words how we can do. So that was a very good example of using your body and everything else to be able to convey an important message. A few things to improve for Toastmaster of the day is his natural style of speaking through conversational style. Where a simple stroll in the park makes a lot of sense, that you walk to somebody and you talk. But when you're strolling, the stroll may become a random stroll, and at that point, you may lose track of the purpose of the movement. So a few points where that movement came out very nicely was when the Ikigai was being taught, obviously. When Manu Bhakar was mentioned for, comparing the passion and the pressure. So that movement, at that moment, whatever happened intentionally or unintentionally, really made that sense. At that point, TMOD was standing here and he moved a little forward. So that just got emphasized by that movement. In other cases, it is possible that the random stroll sometimes dilutes the message that you are trying to deliver. One other thing which many of us are guilty of is the lingering handshake while transferring the stage. That feels awkward while looking at it. I'm pretty sure it is very, very awkward while holding the hand. So shake hand and we can leave it and we can keep announcing, or we announce and then shake the hand, which is for everyone. Coming to our icebreaker speech today, was not of the purpose of the speech, but because I was the body language evaluator, I would evaluate it. So the beauty of Amit's body language was that the movement was in a very small circle, one step left, one step right, and in the circle. So for an audience, it did not become irritating or distracting. And because he was primarily in a common area, while he was speaking, it remained attentive. Like it remained attentive for the audience. It helped, did not distract. But that fluidic moment sometimes can become very, if it happens very fast, because this time your topic had an audio visual, so that helped you anchor on the stage. But in cases you're delivering an expressive speech, it may become a cause of distraction. One additional thing, when presenting a presentation, if you want people to look at certain things, at that point, for a very long period, your back would be towards the audience. For me, the ideal person to have done any presentation in life is Don Draper. If you do not know Don Draper, he is the protagonist in Mad Men. So if you watch a YouTube video of him presenting an advertising idea, Don Draper stands and somebody else flips the charts for him, which luckily now we have controlled with the clicker. If we can control how long do we move back, or how do we look at what we are presenting. And that's where we can use the stage to move to a place where we can say, look at this. So, or the additional thing would be that in presentation you highlight the 3 rows already. So when you're speaking, the rows are already in a different color. So people would automatically know where to look at. Moving on to Toastmaster Bhavesh. And for this I actually have to put my notebook down. One thing that came out really nicely was, I can tell you, when he mentioned I can tell you about something, and at that point his fingers moved in a slow motion towards the left. So, and that really felt that gesture was made for that particular moment. I'm not sure if it came out intentionally or unintentionally, but that was really natural. One more point where both the hands went up to close the eyes. That was again intentionally or unintentionally perfect for the words that were being said. On the stage itself, the movement was a little bit erratic because it was 2 steps, a little bit longer steps towards the left, and then again coming back to the center. For the purpose, either we move or we don't move. What happens with me most of the times as well is we want to move, but we are so engrossed in this speech that we forget to move. So at that point it comes as a lean, that the weight shifts on a certain leg on which direction we want to move, but then because we are speaking we realize we don't have to, and then we come back to our natural position. Moving on to Vaishali. I think one of the best gestures which are very relevant were taking your ear back, which was in move with her right hand. And one more point when she mentioned that wanted to scream for help with both fists up. So that was very well done. Again, same mistakes, which is very common, is like going 2 steps to the left and then 1 step to the back, then 2 steps to the left, 1 step to the back. And where we can see in this particular speech where that movement made it impactful is at the end when she talked about the closer, the conclusion, when it said that something related to Soumya's expression. At that point there was a very strong movement towards the left. And that point, something else was said where it talked about mental pressure and we have to, that become too much to handle. That had a very strong emotion. So any movement to the left needs to be balanced by a movement towards the right, and eventually possibly going back or coming forward to finally put the conclusion ahead. So I think it's all about, a lot of choreography has to go in if you really want to use the stage well. That is something that we all do not do consciously, and an idea came to my mind that maybe we should. If we are writing a speech which is say beyond the level 3 in your manual, maybe your mentor can help you choreograph some of those actions. An award for Vaishali is the most number of gestures in a speech. So her hands were very animated and they were going forward and back. So a lot number of gestures. Coming to Toastmaster Sriram. Coming to Toastmaster Sriram. Okay. While introducing the speech, with a notebook in hand and holding both of them with both hands, what came out as intentionally is this hand is coming out too often and going back too often. At that point, really distracting for anybody to be able to understand. But at the same time, when you introduce the 7 elements, you finally moved your notebook out, and then hands moved a little bit away from the body. And once again, when they came back to the book, that movement unintentionally was there. Moving to Toastmaster Mithun would be my last item here. As an award for him, having the most expansive range of body gestures, eventually the only person for whom the hands actually moved out of the body. And that is when he mentioned that the topic that he got for table topics was actually a topic that he had delivered as a prepared speech. So he moved and he used his hands out. So being able to move your hands out is not very natural for most people. That was done very well. And probably one person who used stage very effectively in the table topic speech, having really taking a step only when that was required. So very well done. With that, I would like to conclude my report. Mr. Chandra.
Friends, I think this was a very comprehensive body language evaluation report, so I don't want to add anything. I was very attentively listening everything. So now let me invite timer, Toastmaster Mohit, to present his report. Please welcome Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, General Evaluator. We've always heard that a speech can make a difference in your lives. A simple speech can make a difference. Today, I think I even experienced it. I introduced my timing report with an experience of Murlikant Petkar, and seeing the speeches from today, all the speakers whoever come up on stage, they all were on time. Not a single disqualification today. Just to tell the timing for each speakers, whoever came up on stage. Toastmaster Amit, he took 5 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Bhavish, 6 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Vaishali, 6 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Mithun for table topics, 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Ruchira, 1 minute 44 seconds. Toastmaster Ajay, 1 minute 24 seconds. Guest Ritika, 1 minute 43 seconds. Guest Manoj, 1 minute 48 seconds. Guest Vanshul, 1.01 seconds. So 1.01 second, you qualified for that. And Toastmaster Rishi, 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Sriram, 1 minute 40 seconds. For evaluators, Toastmaster Mithun, you were 1 minute 54 seconds, so we have 30 seconds of grace period, so you are qualified for that too. Toastmaster Ajay, 2 minutes 4 seconds. And Toastmaster Sriram, 3 minutes 13 seconds. So I think that was for it.
Rishi was out.
No? For body language evaluation. But here the things are for the table topics, prepared speeches and evaluators. So now over to Toastmaster with Vivek Agrawal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you. So friends, that was a very comprehensive report about the time management. Now it's my time to give my general evaluation report, and I will require your support also, as I requested you in the beginning that you were taking notes. Somewhere I will ask you questions just to keep that, just to know that whether you were attentive or not. Okay. So I'll start with Sergeant at Arms role. We started meeting 5 minutes late, exactly at 10:35. Everything was explained well, mission was explained well. Probably, I would say, if we can avoid reading from the mobile, that is something possible. For certain roles, I am not saying for every role, but for certain roles, it becomes like our second nature. Even if we are in the sleep, somebody says, okay, start giving speech, and you start. So probably you can reach to that unconscious competence level after 1 month, 2 months, and this can happen by practice. And that will bring a lot of confidence in SAR role. Probably you can do much bigger roles. You can do MC role, you can do many other roles, it will bring confidence. SAR role is very important role. It sets the energy, it sets the tone of the meeting. You can even describe some motivational message, you can even give some riddles to just set the tone of the meeting. We can do many things. So this is one suggestion from my side. Coming to presiding officer, you did nice guest introduction, smile. I don't find anything, everything went well, so no suggestions. Toastmaster day, about the body language part, body language evaluator has already talked about it. I feel that it's a teamwork when we are presenting prepared speech section, especially prepared speech section and evaluation section. We need more advanced preparation for our club. It cannot be just done by one person. First step is please read your pathway level project. Even if it is icebreaker, doesn't matter. Even if it is level 1, project 3, please read it. It's a very rich content, my dear friends. You will not find anywhere else. It's a 100 years old organization. So much of experience, so much of knowledge has gone into it. You are missing onto it if you are not doing it now. I don't know how many years you will continue with the levels, but if you do it now, you stand to gain, nobody else. Because this will be useful somewhere outside Toastmasters environment also. So this I am saying, since I am sitting on the role of GE evaluator, so I can see that, I can feel it, and I have done it myself when I completed one pathway. Now I am doing second pathway. Every speech, I will go through the project. I will make sure that my evaluator is bombarded with my questions. I will make sure that my evaluator is given the evaluation resource. How many people are using evaluation resource today? You are using evaluation resource?
They didn't came and then it will later.
No. Where is the evaluation? You should have the evaluation resource with you. That's what the message I put yesterday. Please, get into the habit of using evaluation resource. Speakers, please do advanced preparation. Onus is on you. You are going to complete your pathway. You need to make sure that people who are going to support you in becoming a better speaker, they will be able to give you a better evaluation only if you equip them with the right tools. I deliver speech in this club, I deliver speeches in many outside clubs, and everywhere I follow this principle, everywhere I follow this rule without any exception. So please do that. I think it will bring a lot of grace in our meeting. Lot of quality will suddenly just jump and you will feel the difference. So it involves very thing like topic should be shared in advance. If topic is something different, try to understand the audience. Okay, what are the kind of audience we have? We have some guests, we have some Toastmasters. Make sure that you connect well with the audience. That's the most important thing. That's the bottom line of a successful delivery of speech. Okay, nothing more on Toastmaster the day. Okay, speakers, everybody has been covered. Now I want to talk about, I have already covered them, role players, auxiliary role players. I want to ask you something. There were 2 books which were mentioned during the meeting today. Can somebody name those 2 books?
The Midnight Library.
Very good. Second one?
Ikigai.
Ikigai, yes. And one more. If Ikigai is mentioned, there is one more book, third book. Absolutely. So great books. Try to pick up those books. I have already talked about shaking hand, everything. I think no more. I'm not able to recall anything else which could have been done. Try to reach early for the meeting. All role players, that's the last thing we want. We don't want to start the meeting late. If we start in time, we start strong, we finish in time, That gives us a sense of satisfaction. Thank you. I hand over the stage to presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mohit. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek Agarwal, for this wonderful report, detailed report. Before moving forward, I would request each of you to please vote for the speakers. You have got the link in your members and guest group. If anyone has not got the link, please contact or connect with the nearest Toastmaster. And if you are not part of the guest group, please connect with Toastmaster Vijash.
You can introduce the names.
To help you out with all the speakers, I would like to announce the names of all the speakers. First of all, Toastmaster Bhavish for prepared speeches. Please raise your hand. Toastmaster Amit, Toastmaster Vaishali, and for evaluators, Toastmaster Ajay, and Toastmaster Mithun, and Toastmaster Sriram. For role players, Toastmaster R.K. Arora, Toastmaster Bharti, and Toastmaster Vivek Agarwal. For auxiliary role players, our counter Toastmaster Vishwajit, grammarian Toastmaster Sunny, and body language evaluator Toastmaster Rishi, timer myself Mohit. Table topic speakers Toastmaster Mithun, Toastmaster Ruchira, its written guest was Toastmaster Ruchira, Toastmaster Ajay, guest Ritika, Toastmaster Manoj, guest Vanshul, Toastmaster Rishi, and Toastmaster Sriram. Meanwhile, we can take the introductions of the guests. How was the meeting? How do you like it? Feedback from the guests. Starting with Toastmaster Ruchira.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. It's been a really great session. Really enjoyed all the speeches, the TMOD topic of the day, the part that we have to introspect ourselves, and the twist on the table topics was fun as well. So, yeah, I'd love to join as a member as soon as possible.
I think you have attended 2 or 3 meetings earlier. What difference did you find from those meetings?
I think the day that I had attended, there were a lot of technical issues, so there were a lot of gaps between the roles, so that it looks much tighter today.
So today was better?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, hello Toastmaster Mohit. I really enjoyed today's session.
Can you speak up, please?
Okay, sorry. Hi everyone. I really enjoyed today's meeting. It was really interactive and got to learn a lot from all of you. And especially enjoyed today's GE session and specifically the TMO session regarding the focus.
Thank you. I think I missed your introduction in the beginning.
Yeah.
You can please introduce yourself.